Howdy, folks. I'm still up in northeast Arkansas, and I'm at the spot I want to fish, but I've got a little bit of a conundrum here. See, I've got this sign here. It says, area closed beyond this sign and no fishing. And then over here, clearly no sign, but there is another one there. So it's kind of right here with directly to the dam. But then if we walk over this way, over here to the dam, there's another sign here saying the area is closed. Once again, nothing right on this area. There's that sign over there, but that just says National Wildlife Refuge, which should be that way, because that's where the sign's at. I don't know about this spot here. It makes me wonder, am I allowed to fish here or not? It's confusing. Sun's behind me. It's confusing. But I'm gonna assume that since there's a sign over there, over that way, and there's a sign here, that this area is off limits, this area is not. That's gonna be my rationale here, because it's real iffy, but I want to try this spot. I can see a ton of gar down there if I just go look, so I'm gonna go try to catch them. Then current's really ripping. I can see why they might not want people down there, because it could be dangerous, but I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. It's Memorial Day. Maybe no one will be around to come and tell me to leave. I don't know. I don't necessarily know if I'm doing anything wrong, so we're just gonna risk it. Let's get down there. This is kind of a sketchy spot to start with, because we got this mangled concrete stuff, but apparently people have been killing a lot of fish up here. This is all fish bones. A lot of fish bones and scales, so I'm gonna guess buffalo or gar. You can kind of walk down here pretty well, and I mean, it doesn't look slick or anything, but you can see why they wouldn't want people down here. That thing is ripping, and that's just barely open, so I get it. But also, like I said, the sign's there. It doesn't want me to go that way. That sign doesn't want me to go that way. It kind of builds a little box. This is not in that box. I'm gonna give it a shot. Look, there's some fishing line. Someone's been down here. Doesn't mean it's right, but it means that I'm not the first one. I'm gonna set my stuff here. I am not gonna throw a shrimp out in this just yet. I think if I'm gonna throw a tight line, it'll be down a little ways where it's gonna be a little less turbulent. For now, I'm gonna settle on throwing my rooster tail through this jump. Like I said, there's gar in here, plenty of them. See, I can see them right here on the bank. I bet I could just net one of these guys. Looks like a long nose. Oh yeah. There are large gar just right here on the bank. Oh yeah. I see you there. Oh well, I tried. Alright, we'll try to hook one for real. I tell you, this current, they're gonna be a hell of a fight on this rod. Tighten that up just a little bit. They're all just right through here. See if I can catch some. Nice slow retrieve. The current's gonna do most of the work for me on keeping the blade going. Yeah, that doesn't do too well. So the current catches that blade, and the faster the current, the more the blade stays up towards the surface. I'm not sure if the rooster tail is my best bet here. What's on right now, I'm gonna give it a few more tosses. Kind of works here along the bank just because the water's pushing over into it. Hey, there's one. I got a fish. Ugh, it is not Ugh, a gar. It is. Big old white bass. That is a good white bass. I don't have my phone. It's in the car. I need to go get that. Ugh. Get him on the hook. So I'm holding him over the net. It'd be nicer for him to fall into that than onto these rocks. There we go. He's unhooked. There you go. It's a good start for a fish. All right, buddy. I'm gonna throw you on the other side of this rock so you don't get banged up by it. You ready? Go get him. All right, I gotta go get my phone. Find it interesting, all the gar that are like up in this heavy current, because you don't typically see gar in heavy current. Generally when I see gar, they're in more slack waters, just kind of hanging out, being lazy, loafing about. I think it's cool that they're up here fighting this stuff. I mean, I kind of get why. Fish are going to be coming through this current, but it's just not the gar way that I'm familiar with. Ooh, a bunch of shad right through here. That's what all these fish are in here for, those shad. That makes perfect sense. I'll tell you what, just saw that little school of shad. This don't look like no shad. But I do have something that will, so I'm gonna change out. Giant gar right here. All right, new plan. I've got this little blade bait. I actually bought this to fish in the ocean in Florida, and I never used it because I rarely did much ocean fishing. But I think it'll work here. At the very least, there'll be a lot less pull on it than there would be from the rooster tail. It should come through the water a lot better, not get sucked around. Hopefully, fish will like it. Never done much work with a blade bait before. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oop. Oh, looky there. That's a fine catch. Tiny little largemouth bass. All right, bud. Well, you're not what I was expecting. I'll tell you that. Well, there we go. There's our nice little guy. Go back in there. But hey, we finally know that our little blade bait will catch something. So that's nice. Oh, that was a big gar. One annoying thing about this lure, constantly getting the line tangled around the hooks. They got a lot of flopping around they can do. I think I'm about ready to set up the tight line though. I've thrown this around a good little bit. Got that tiny bass. Not having a ton of luck. I do know that there's large white bass out there. I'm just not sure how to get them to hit. I got lucky on that rooster tail, I guess. I've been trying to do the same thing when I kind of throw it over this way, but it's just not working quite as well. gar. I literally put the hook on his nose and got it. Well, at least I caught one finally. Come here, you. They're a pretty alright short-nosed gar. Yep, gotta be careful. They got teeth. And I got treble hooks laying around. He's gonna flop around, it's going to cause issues. He is whacking me with his mouth, with his teeth, my own hooks. Open up. There, I got control of his mouth. He's now safe to unhook. All right, the camera died while I was unhooking him, but I got him out. And luckily, gar, not only are they very tough, but they can breathe air, so he's just fine. He hasn't been out that long anyway. But there we go, nice little short-nosed gar. Let's get him back down here in the water. The spot's a little bit calm. There you go, bud. There he goes. All right, well, 2 fish down. Now I'm gonna get a tight line out. I'm gonna throw it out this way. See how bad this current's gonna mess with it and how bad I get snagged up on stuff. I'm guessing it's real rocky out here just by, you know, all the rocks. All right, got my weird little 1 ounce awkward setup going. Got me a kind of decent hook on there with a shrimp. So let's see how bad this current drags my rod around. So I think that seems like a pretty, well, seems like a reasonably good spot to set my rod so nothing runs off with it. We can maybe make it better, but let's grab this rock. We're gonna wedge it right there. There, that should hold a little better. See what happens. Hopefully I can get a big catfish or drum. And I'm gonna go get my other rod here. Get back to what we were doing. The line here, they're getting kind of slack. It could just be current moving it around, but I don't like it. Mostly because it's getting into that tree. So I guess I'm gonna go check on it, see what it's doing, because current should keep it kind of tight. Shouldn't be going slack. Feels like I'm stuck on that branch, like I was worried about. Walk over here, see if we can fix it. Yep. There's that one. Where are we at here? There we go. Yeah, it's snagged up out there like I thought it'd be. All right. Did I get it? Kind of felt like I got it. Nope, it definitely broke off. All right, I'm gonna try this. Got a 4 ounce weight on here. Way too big for this rod, but to hell with it. And above it, I've got this big old hook that I stole off a jug line earlier today from my last video. And the plan here, that the weight's gonna get snagged up, and if a fish takes it, hopefully he'll get hooked on and this weight will break off because it's not tied the greatest. Usually I would use different size lines, but I don't really have those with me unless I take apart my light action. So, out it goes. Just gonna let it sink down. At some point, it should just kind of catch itself in the rocks, which it's done. Now I'm just gonna take this, find my holding rock, which was here, stick it back in there, back into the holding rock, and yeah, hopefully a fish takes it and I break off the weight. I should have got a bigger pole probably, but the hell with it, this'll work. That thing is real confusing to watch with this current. Man, does it do some hard bends and then just lets go. Just like that. The fish? I don't think so. Could it be a fish? Maybe. I don't know. Ugh. See, now it's slacked back off. I feel like with a fish, it would be a lot more erratic. I don't know, I'll give it a little time. I think I'm gonna move on. This place hasn't been as good as I had hoped, but it is cool. Alright, it's been a good little bit of time. I'm tired of having to watch this thing, so we're gonna see if my break off setup is gonna do its job right. Although it seems like it's just coming back in. Huh. Wouldn't that be something if I didn't have to break it off? Oh, it's not coming back in. Just my drag is loose. So my line is all twisted up. Well, that felt like it came out. Keep it up out of the rocks. Damn stretchy line. Something broke. Feels like my hook broke off. Well, that didn't work. Oh well, I was tired of watching this anyway. Wanted to go try something else. One last little effort here. Everything here is eating shads and minnows. I've seen gars snap at a few, even though they don't want to snap at my lures. So put on something that looks like a minnow. Probably a little small, but who cares? If there's more of those white bass around, they'll love it. No, we're gonna get up here, dangle this around. Hopefully the current doesn't blow it around too much. See what it does. Snake. Don't come bother me, snake. No. You go on. Just go that way. Snakes really like me today. There we go. Right there at my feet, we have, I'm sorry. A bass of some sort. I saw some fish right here, so I just kind of let it drift in the current. One of them picked it up. But I don't know what kind of bass that was for sure. He didn't have a stripe on him. He may have been a spotted bass. Ugh. Is that a fish? Oh, that is a fish. Is it? No, it's a snag. Wow, it's a snag. pretty far out there. All right, that was working. I'm gonna tie another one on. Oh, hello, Gar. Whoop. Well, that was cool. Huh. I caught someone else's fishing line. It is really thick. Jesus, this is like 50-pound mono. There's one side of it. Nope, that ain't coming out. Just cut as much of it off as I can. Best we're gonna do with that. That is some thick stuff. But for once, I think it's warranted. Usually I find stuff like that and I'm like, what is wrong with these idiots? But I get it here. You're gonna be throwing out like 10 pounds of weight. You're gonna need some thick line. All my bites have been coming right along the shoreline. So I'm kind of just throwing it out there and bringing it back up along it. Seeing what else may latch on. This little gar here. Well, oh yeah, my bail was open already. They're hard to hook on a single hook, but at least I can fiddle with them a little bit now. There's something. There we go. White bass. All right, my little minnow lure seems to be doing the trick. I'm even getting gar to bite it now. I don't know if I'll be able to hook any, but they're biting on. That's about the best I can ask for. And hey, God damn it. I am not being nice to these fish today. And it makes me feel bad. Get right up by this wall. I know the water's rushing at the wall here, so maybe fish are hanging out waiting for the things to be pulled into it. If I'm right up on it, I may have a little bit better control than I did earlier, kind of throwing towards it. There we go. There we go. Drum. I'll take that. Come here, drum bud. Oh, you're a nice one. Where's my line? I can't see it. There we go. Come here, pal. Drum's mouths, you can lip them, but They're not the easiest to keep a grip on, so I prefer to fish grip them so I know that I got a good hold. There's a nice fish. You got that in there kind of a weird way. You really wanted it. Ah. Got it. There we go. You're worth a picture. Try to find kind of a nice place to put these fish back because they're going to be a little tired going back into this current. And I think here is probably one of the better spots because the current is a little slacked off. There's kind of this little deep spot in the rock here. I can just kind of set them down. Oh, you're not that bad. Come on. There he goes. All right. God dang. When did drums start acting like trout? There's a fish. Feels pretty good. I think it's another drum. You're gonna be a hassle in this current. No. Come on. There we go. Another drum. Better drum. Much better drum. You know what? I haven't weighed a fish today. Let's weigh this drum. I think I've still got battery left in my scale. He's not really a drum worth weighing. He's probably like 1.5 pounds. All right, bud. He got it. Worried it wasn't the nicest spot, but looks like he did all right. Uh-oh, snag. I don't want another snag. I like this lure. It's doing good for me. Come out of there. Come on. Should have saw that coming. Alright, so it started out a little rocky here. Well, it's been rocky the whole time, as you can see from the shoreline and all the rocks and that I keep snagging on things. But it started out slow going. You know, a real struggle trying to figure out the fish. But, you know, once I figured out they want to eat minnows, started getting some good ones. I even got the gar to start biting. There's one right there in the water again. They taunt me. But I did manage to catch one in a really stupid way. I managed to get a couple more to bite on. And then I got a good white bass. I got 2 largemouth, or one maybe a spot, I don't know, or an Ozark maybe. I'd have to really look into that. It, you know, when they're green but they ain't got a stripe, it just throws me off. But yeah, got those nice drum, got it figured out, broke off enough lures that I'm tired of being here. So it's only 10:30. I got plenty of time. I think I'm gonna go find somewhere else. Kind of got an idea, and I'm gonna go fish there. So we'll see how that one goes. Stay tuned and see you later.